Hey. 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 What's up, big boy? Alberto Torres, Ryan. Good to fucking see you. Oh man. Good to see you, lad. Musa, good to see you. Why am I so early? Life. Oh, mate, we've officially broken into winter here in Melbourne. Oh my lord. It's fucking. Shouts to you, Alberto. Seeing the light. I love the light, eh? Wow, good to see you, brother. Yeah, it's getting cold, man. It's getting like, before it was like, if you were fat enough, you could sustain like a decent level of body temperature. But now it's getting to the point where it's like, no matter how fat you are, it's still cold. Oh yeah. Free to pet, pleasure to see you. But yes, bro, day 7. We're day 7 of leaving the stream up. I don't want to say day 7 of straight streaming because I've done some long streaks before on the stream. I'm going to say day 7 of allowing the stream to stay up. Day 7 of Ramadan, let's go. Alright, lad, seen you in a video today on Hippie Swift channel. Who's that? Fill me in. Who's Hippie Swift? You know, I refrain from YouTubing my name. I refrain from even looking at other videos of myself, eh? Keep up the good shit, lad. Shouts to you, Justin. Shouts to everybody here. How's this shifting from the TCR to the Defy? The Defy is more, obviously, the Defy is more comfortable. Now, my TCR is not the right size for me. My TCR is a second-hand TCR I bought some dude I met in the back lot of a fucking train station in Brighton. Great bike, very light. Okay, it's a very light bike. It feels very quick, but it's also it's very long. Like, it's got a very long stem. So for me to like, I wouldn't even ride that bike for more than an hour. And I definitely wouldn't ride that bike with the TT bars. Like, I rode to Adelaide once on it, and it was so painful. Like, I thought it was just the TT position that was painful, which it was. But the bike was so long, I almost fucking cut off the circulation to my nutsack for like 3 days straight. You know what I mean? But I was almost gonna go to the sperm bank, dude, because I had to sit so far forward on my seat. Like, it was agonizing. So I got the TCR. The TCR was fucked. I was gonna ride it, and then I took it to a bike shop, and they were like, "Dude, you can't ride this. Like, you're gonna be out in the middle of the desert. You know, like, so you need to spend like $600." I was like, "I don't have $600 to spend on a bike right now." So I called Thomas, and I was like, "Wait, can I borrow your bike? I'm leaving tomorrow." And he was like, "Yeah." So I went to his house, changed the wheels, put the fucking bars on. It's a long way of saying it, but it's much more comfortable. It's much more upright. Like, if you don't want to lose your rear delts and have great posture, you ride the Defy. It's much heavier. Like, it's actually noticeable. Like, you notice the difference. But if you're doing long distance stuff, shit, it's not a big deal. Shouts to Lean Gains. I mean, he asked for his bike back a month ago. I still haven't got back to him, mate. Funny cunt. I'm doing him a favour, man. I'm basically letting the cunt know that I don't want him to get skinny fat, man. You know what I mean? I'm preserving his energy, you know, so I'm keeping the bike for now. You know, I want to ride it to Adelaide, so if I gave it back now, and then it's like, I need to ride for, I'm doing my deliveries, I need to make money, like, it'd be a head fuck. If you're watching Lean Gains, we love you. I got no idea how many gears the Defy is. It's a great bike though, it's sturdy, you know. It's sturdy. I love it, dude. I ride it every day. I put the PSI down to like 80. I'm jumping up curbs. You know, it's beautiful. Obviously keeping it in great condition. How do I avoid stress? I choose not to get stressed, man. You know, some situations are stress away, but usually you make it more stressful than it needs to be. You know what I mean? It's like a game of chess, eh? Yeah, I did the same thing. If you remember, brother, I got my fucking TCR, right? and I got it second hand, right? And I bought a power meter, and the cunt told me the wrong length of crank. He was like, it's a 170. I think he said it was a 175 mil crank. I'm not sure if it's 170 or something. And then when I got there, he was like, oh, dude, it's 170 or something. I was like, bro, I just ordered a fucking power meter, dude, and already like dropped down cash on this power meter. So then I had to call and change it and wait for the delivery. It's like, you know what I mean? I just hope that I've done enough good in my life that when I buy secondhand products, like today I'm gonna go see a secondhand camera monitor. I just hope that I've done enough good that this cunt's not fucking me. And if he does fuck me, he's gonna get hit by a car, you know? I just let the universe do its work, man. So if I go buy this camera monitor today and it's a dodgy fucking, you know, knockoff from Pakistan, then, you know, the guy's kid's gonna have webbed toes. Yeah. Shout outs to the dude though. He sent me a message after I made that video. He didn't see the video though. I felt kind of bad. He was like, I'm real sorry about it. I didn't mean to do it. It was his wife's fault. I was like, bro, your wife can't read, you know, but it was like, whatever, man. I had the new power meter anyway. I'm selling my Defy. You do Muay Thai, bro. You don't need a Defy. What are you getting? Are you getting a better bike or are you getting a worse bike? Shout out to everybody with webbed toes, man. It's not a bad thing. It's unique. Saying about trying to make a living from social media. What do you talk? You asked me if you can make a living from social media? Shout out to you, Justin. I've never seen you here before. Welcome, brother. If you've never been here before, let me know. Not just you, Justin. If you've never been here before, or if you don't talk, man. The other day I dropped off food to this guy. And he was like, I watch your channel, I'm a silent watcher. I'm like, don't be being no silent watcher no more, man. I went from 1132 to the 10-speed cassette. Shouts to you, I felt pretty fat at first, hard work, you know. Shouts to changing gears. Best advice, Tom, once I start dating an Asian girl. I mean, Asian girls are beautiful, man. Just pour your soul into the woman, eh? You know, just pour your soul out into the Asian woman. That's it. Give more than you take, bro. I'm trying to think of, and just love the Asian culture. I love the Asian culture. I'm a fan of the Asian culture, man. I'm just a big fan of it. I'm completely, you know, sometimes I look at my girlfriend and say, holy fuck, man, like, what did I do in my past life to land an Asian girl? That's what I look at her. I just look at her and say, I've done something right, man. And I only wish that you do something right so you can stare at the Asian girl and just go, this is amazing, dude. It's one of those amazing, it's an amazing union of two cultures, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you're making great use of just life. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, I'm Arab. It's like the most bizarre interracial union. It just gets me going, man. I'm learning Chinese every day, bro. I was telling Jess the other day, I said it'd be hell funny, man, if we made a daily vlog that was just like a 5-minute Chinese lesson, and then everyone who watched the Glucose Network could learn Chinese with me like every day. I'm actually considering doing it, dude. It'd be the funniest fucking shit, dude. Because I'm actually learning every day. And let me know if you want me to make them videos, man, because they're actually, I don't give a fuck, man. I'll upload a video every day that's 5 minutes long. That's just a 5-minute Chinese class. And where Jess is teaching me. Actually, you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna do it today, man. I like, yesterday I was doing, like, I can, I want, like, I like, I cannot, you know. So I'm rolling in the morning and saying, I want breakfast, or I roll in at night and say, I'm hungry. And then I say, I want your body. Back to that question about social media. You can definitely make a living off social media, man. Now, I don't know, it depends how far you want to take it, like, and it depends how patient you are. It depends on a lot of things, brother. It depends on a lot of things. Like, you can't come, a lot of people, I don't know, man. A lot of people aren't patient. A lot of people come straight out the gate and try and be fuckboy, try and make mad cash. They've never done it. And it's hard. I can only speak from my perspective, man. But you can definitely make money. Now, I definitely make money, right? I've definitely made money. Enough money to live sometimes. But it's a blessing anyway. And you have side jobs. Like I've always had side jobs. And I'm cool, bro, because every dollar I've ever made off the channel, it's been a pure dollar, and there's nothing more satisfying than being like, fuck, I just made, like, there's nothing more a better feeling than making money and being like, I just loved how I made that money. I'm very content with the way I made that money. Do you know what I mean? It's cool. It almost feels like a joke to you. Like, it feels like a joke. Like, is it meant to be like this? You know? So you can definitely do it, brother. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of patience. And to be honest with you, like, it takes a lot of not focusing on making money to, you know, even to just generate $1. But shout outs to making money online. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's the world we live in now. Like, a lot of people make money online. It's a great way to make money. It's convenient. You can do your own thing. But I mean, don't get it fucked up. It's also not an easy way to make money. Like, it's not easy, you know, to sell a t-shirt. It's not easy just to get something for nothing. Yeah, brother. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I wouldn't mind driving a Bentley, and I wouldn't mind driving a Bentley because I'd be doing some funny shit in the Bentley. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. But I don't really. Sometimes I think what would happen if I became a fuckboy too, and I wouldn't want to do it because I'd go back to my mum's house and she'd bash me. Shouts to you, Calvin. I've never seen you before. Shouts to you, brother. I hate people on the bus. I hate seeing these viral videos of racist girls on the bus yelling at Asians or Arabs, man. It's always like that, eh? Shouts to you perfectionists for the advice. What does my mum do for a living? You know, my mum's a lawyer, dude. Specifically works in migration. My mum started when my mum's got actually a fucking sick story, bro. What happened was my mum's from Palestine, right? So my mum, I'll give you a brief background on my mother. Because a lot of cunts always ask me about my mum. So my mum left Palestine. I forgot what year it was when they had that little war. I forgot what year it was. Trekked across the desert with my grandma to Jordan. Went to Jordan. Went to university in Jordan, moved to London to go to university, and then met my father, and they came to Australia. All right. When she was in Australia, she started off working in refugee camps, getting people into the country. So she'd go to refugee camps, and she'd get them visas, and she'd get them out of the refugee camps and bring them in. You know what I mean? So she would be getting cunts out of refugee camps, getting them to society. I know what visas, doing the visa type of thing. It was crazy. You know what I mean? And then she, I forgot what after she did. She basically, her whole time, man, has just been getting people visas and shit. You know what I mean? Does your mum ever get on you for not having a traditional career, being that she's attorney? Not really, brother. Like, my mum's cool as fuck, man. She's never, you know what I mean? She's never cared. I mean, my mum's had a sick career. My mum's a girl. My mum's a person of the people, man, and she understands that. You know, my whole life, my mum knows, man. My mum knows, eh? My mum comes from the last generation of, you know, a prior generation where, like, I mean, when you're walking across the desert in unis, what you need to do to make money, then you go to uni and you become something you might not have the biggest passion for. But anyway, my mum developed a passion for her career. Like, my mum has a very rewarding career. Like, you imagine the reward taking someone out of basically a prison and then giving them a new life, and doing that like hundreds of times. You know what I mean? Or taking someone who's come from a war-ravaged country who's just dying to leave and come to safety and bring their family over. You know what I mean? this is the type of job where people roll in, they start crying, and they say, you changed my life, you know, like, now my brother's here, I can't believe it, and, you know, so it's crazy. My favorite meal that my mum cooks. My mum's not a big cook, brother. She's not a big cook. You know, my grandma was a big cook. My mum's not a big cook. But she used to make this gangster. She used to make this sick fucking salad, man. This sick pasta salad with like olive oil and tomato. It's just how basic, bro. But I used to live off it when I was a kid. It was sick, man. Shouts to Melissa Zen. Good to see you back here. What were my grades like in school? Mechanical engineering is pretty difficult to get into. My grades weren't bad, bro. The thing is, I did mechanical engineering at like a B grade university. That was like, I went to the university, which was like really, really far away from my house, but it was like the university that you go to. Like, if you want to do courses that are like above the score you got. Like, everyone has that shit university in town, like, where you can do good courses but still be semi-shit. That was like that's where I went, you know? But I wasn't bad, bro. Like, I was pretty, like, I mean, like, in terms of, like, the education system, I wasn't that bad. Like, when I applied myself, I was really good. Like, it was just, like, whether or not I wanted to apply myself. Like, in stuff like physical education, nutrition, stuff like that, I was fucking G, man. Like, I loved that. I did very well in that, just because I wanted to. You know, I was okay at maths, depending on the topic. You know, but stuff like English and all this kind of stuff, I just had no drive for it. I just thought, what am I doing here, dude? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a fan of writing books. Why are you making me write a fucking book? But at the same time, my grammar's not too good anyway, so maybe I should have paid more attention. Shouts to you, Justin, man. I haven't heard the word lass in a long time. My mum doesn't know how to be cool. Feels bad, man. Oh, there's a difference between being cool and being a good mother, you know what I mean, brother? As long as your mum's a good mother, that's all that matters, man. You know, some people aren't fortunate enough, you know, to even have a mum that cares about them. And that's really when you get fucked, eh? And you know, there's people out there who just, their mums leave them, their mum dies, their mum doesn't, you know, so your mum not being fucking cool is the least of your concerns, eh? If she's a caring mum, she loves you. I mean, at the end of the day, she still brought you into this world, you know? You know, and sometimes you gotta put yourself in your mum's shoes and shit. Like, I used to think about my mum, like, my mum would say stuff that I wouldn't understand, and then I realized, I was like, fuck, like, you know, the connection, you know, if you got a good mum or whatever, I mean, the connection between you and your mother's a connection that's like unparalleled. Like, imagine seeing your own flesh. Imagine giving life to something and staring at it in the eye, and imagine what that'd bring in terms of worry and stress, and, you know, and it's a cold fucking world, lad. Your mum, 9 times out of 10, you know, anytime I thought my mum wasn't being cool, you know, I had no empathy. I didn't realize that, you know, I'm her fucking son, man, and she just wants the best for me. So my mum was like, you have to go to uni. She just wanted the best for me. When my mum was like, don't smoke, she just wants the best for me. When my mum was like, come home by 7 o'clock, she just wants the best for me. When my mum calls me and she nags, she just wants the best for me, you know? Like, I don't know if I would want my mum to be cool, man, because I definitely hanged out with a couple cunts who's, I thought their mum was cool, and they were, you know, that's the house you go to get drunk and smoke cones every night of the week, you know? Shouts to all the good mums out there, brother. I'm a fan of mums. I'm fascinated by mothers, eh? Do I have any siblings? I got a sister. Abdullah, how do you define success? What does it mean to be successful in 2017? Success to me is happiness, which is being at peace, bro. I said it yesterday, I say it again. Cunts ask the questions, I answer them. Success to me is just being at peace, it's being content. Success is being on the ladder and stopping to pause, looking around and just recognize, you know what I mean? Being aware, that's success to me, you know, so. It's not a position. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, if I'm this or if I'm that. It's just I am. You know what I mean? Do you think that getting ultra fit to pursue a career detracts from your life, and would it be better to keep a good level of fitness and focus on being mindful for what a better reward? Not really, brother. I mean, like, plenty of people are mindful and aware and live beautiful lives, and it's all about your perspective and the way you view the situation, your relationship with it. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with getting ultra fit to pursue a career if you have a level head about it and you can't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? And you're not the type of dude to get ultra fit, pursue a career, go to the Olympics, come back the next day and be like, who am I? What do I do with my life? That 90% of athletes do. That's how 90% of athletes are, brother. You know what I mean? They are the goal. They are the goal. So when the goal's done or the goal doesn't happen, they're just left with, who am I? What am I? How did I get here? You know what I mean? So, but if you love the process, I mean, it's just like anything else, brother. It's just one big experience. So there's nothing wrong with. I got plenty of mates who are pseudo professional cyclists, professional weightlifters and shit, and they love it, and they love the journey, and they love the process, and they're just doing what they love, bro, and they're content with it no matter what. And I think that's cool as fuck. I gotta know you. I know you from Matt August vlogs back in the day. Why you traveled to him? I was in America, brother. We caught up with Matt August. That's simple. Yeah, I think you know, most people, brother. I mean, most people. I know a lot of people. Like, if I look at my own family and the relationship to my mum, you know, my sister used to beef with my mum, be angry with my mum all the time, and now they're fucking best mates. You know, when you're young, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, when you're just a fucking little boy, a little teenager, you're just clouded. You don't really see that. You know what I mean? My happiness my happiness, which is, I think about my own happiness. Now, I'm not saying this is for you, brother. I'm thinking about my own happiness. My own happiness is I allow myself to be happy, bro. I'm not trying to search for happiness, because I realize that happiness is within me. I activate it every second via a choice, just to let go and accept the situation, you know what I mean? And be at peace, you know what I mean? So it's always there, bro, because I recognize that happiness lies within my heartbeat. If my heart's beating, I'm good, you know what I mean? If my heart's beating, I'm good. And once I'm aware of that, then how can I not be good? You know what I mean? Like think about it. That's so inside out. Nothing can stop you from being content, man, or just being okay with it. Okay with it doesn't mean like you're satisfied with the situation. Okay doesn't mean you're complacent. It just means you're okay with it, man. Like, if you're suffering, you're okay with it. You know, if you feel over the top good, you're okay with it. Like, if you wake up feeling like an unconfident fuck, you're okay with it. You know? So, I mean, that's what does it for me. You know, happiness is right now. That's happiness, man. Emotion, it's not an I don't know, man. It's emotion. Do you feel it constantly? It's constantly there. As long as my heart's beating, it's there. You know? Shouts to you, JJ. Wow is 100% correct, man. I always used to tell myself, bro, if I couldn't, you know, it's a constant, you constantly work at it until you come to the understanding. And I used to tell myself shit like, just like little exercises I'd go through myself, you know what I mean, brother? I'd go through them myself. And I would tell myself, like, if you can't be here, when I'd feel bad, I'd feel real bad, and I didn't understand why I was feeling bad, I'd tell myself, I'd say, you know, if I can't be happy here, now, with this, I'm never gonna be good. And that's where I worked from, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean I'm fucking like, oh, I wanna be some poor cunt sitting on the side of the road all my life. But I just recognize that, you know, I'm not in a meaningless pursuit to saying something that's not actually there, bro. You know, I used to get a bit, you know, I used to get a bit like, I never wanted to talk about this shit all the time because I felt like I don't want to be guru type about it, but I don't mind talking about it anymore because I realize that actually, like, who the fuck am I to not talk about it if one person gets benefit out of it? You know what I mean? Like, you got to put your own ego aside, eh? So I do enjoy talking about it. You said it before, but a lot of people are unaware of a drone, but you can still be a good cunt as well as a drone, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, you're wasting your life away, brother, being a drone, eh? But I mean, I guess you could just never think for yourself, never do anything you want, and be a drone, I guess, and not be a bad cunt. I mean, there's probably thousands of people, millions of people out there who do that. Vegan fly trap, 100%, brother. I mean, that mental training is everything. You don't mentally train. You know, you don't train mentally. You'll never be. How are you meant to get stronger? You know what I mean? Like, that's self-reflection, self-awareness, strength, bro. That needs to be trained and needs to be reinforced over time. You know, 9 times out of 10 through stress, through not understanding. I mean, you have to go through that to realize, man. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect other people to love you too? 100%. Correct statement, brother. Correct statement. Correct, 100% correct statement. You know, I say it again. Hey, the more I love myself, the more I project my love onto other people, and then it's easier to love them too. We're gonna get the Chinese lessons. I'm gonna do the first one today, bro. The first one's going up tonight. A lot of people don't understand that diet has a big effect on your mood and happiness. Everything has an effect on your mood and happiness. Everything you fucking do, lad. Even the way you fucking wiggle your big toe when you walk has an effect on you. It's whether or not willing you're able to recognize that. Because when you're able to recognize that everything you do has an effect on the way you feel, change the world you want to live in, bro. You know what I mean? So, you know, everything, not just the food you eat, but who you listen to. You know what I mean? The way you talk to yourself when you're on the way to the gym, what you like on Instagram, how many times you're on Instagram, what you follow on Facebook. You know what I mean? What supermarket you fucking go to, the way you smile at the girl at the 7-Eleven, the way you fucking react to the cunt who beeped at you at the lights and started thrashing you. You know what I mean? There's every single thing adds up, man. It's just a constant accumulation that leads to your current situation. Whether it be physical, whether it be mental, whether it be the way you think, everything, man. There's no opportunity, man. Everything's an opportunity to do better, man. You know? Oh my God, that fucking guy's still there, man. R.I.P. Henry, stream legend. I mean, he's still gone, man. We're still waiting for him to come back. Let's keep these questions going. It's been a great stream so far. Let's keep it rolling. Yeah, don't worry, bro. We're coming out with the Chinese lessons. I'm gonna drop my first one tonight. We're gonna be a bit ahead of schedule though, because I'm on day 7 of Chinese lessons. But we'll start at day 7. We can backtrack later. You know what I mean? So, shouts to you. Cole off the search is happy there. All I want is I wish the best for Henry. I just wish the best for Henry, and I hope he's having a great time doing what he's doing. Henry, we miss you. Come back to us. Let's keep it moving. I think what you're saying is that your default state tends to be happiness, and you could probably train to be that way. I don't think you have to train to be that way, brother. I think you have to train to reclaim it. You know what I mean? I think you were born that way. I don't really see babies come out the womb sad as fuck. You know, I never see, like, just from my own experience, I never see babies rolling around sad as fuck. I see them gradually get sadder over time through situations they're put into. But I feel like your default state is happy, man. Is content. All you want to do is piss, shit, eat, be loved. I think that over time that gets, you know, whether or not you want to, you know, call it conspiracies or whatever, you know, with the way shit's run, it kind of gets stripped from you a little bit, and you have to actively be working to reclaim it. Because if you don't reclaim it, no one's going to claim it for you. I mean, you'll be out there with your arms open saying, I'm ready to receive, and you will never get it, because you're not working for it. Can I vlog when I hang out with Nunez? You know, I'm going to be catching up with Nunez in the next couple of days. You know, he's at the seminar today. He's probably at a seminar tomorrow. Yeah, I might. You know, I'm not going to, you know, I was thinking about it, like, should I vlog, should I not vlog? But, you know, fuck, I want to vlog, bro, because it's just a sick memory. When my mate came down from America, you know, we're eating Chinese food and eating ice cream, it'd be sick, you know what I mean? Shout out to you, Jonathan Schmin. I appreciate it. Shout out to you, blind goals. Let go, brother. Shave the beard off, eh? It's like when I cut my hair, dude. It's like what hair grows back, man. It's not like you're gonna lose who you are if you shave your beard off, man. Can you speak of how the pursuit of money or lack of money in general has affected your ability to choose happiness? Well, you know, it comes down to the awareness thing, you know. I'm not getting angry at you, brother. I'm just getting G'd up. Like, I remember sitting in the fucking basement with the rat in the fucking bed in San Francisco, listening to the older Chinese man tell me, you have the choice to choose mental things or you have the choice to choose physical things. He told me my energy's limited. What I do is focus on stuff that stays with me for life. So right then and there, I told myself on that day that I'm only going to invest my energy that shit that stays with me long term. You know what I mean? I recognized when I laid in bed at night, I was stripped down to my basics. I was stripped down. When I laid in bed at night, it didn't matter who was next to me. It didn't matter the bed I slept in. I was left with me. And I was left with what's going on up here and what's going on in here. So that's what I worked on, brother. You know what I mean? I'm not left with a fat paycheck. I'm left with my thoughts, emotions, fitness, my experience. And that's what I chose to pursue. And that's what made me fucking content. Now, I mean, if you want to climb the never-ending ladder and get on the hamster wheel, I mean, you can, but you're not going to find yourself there. What happens is, bro, we live in a world which is completely fucked up, and I was thinking about this before, you know what I mean, of constant preparation and zero satisfaction, you know what I mean? When you're in kindergarten, they prepare you for primary school. When you're in primary school, they prepare you for high school. When you're in high school, they prepare you for university. When you're in university, they prepare you for the real world. When you're in the real world, they prepare you for retirement. Before you know it, you're at the top of the ladder, and then you go, fuck. And that's the only time you breathe, when you're about to die, and you breathe, you say, I wasted my whole fucking life preparing for this shit, and go, bam, straight to the grave. You know what I mean? So, I don't know how we got there, but, you know, money's a tool, brother. Money's a tool, you know. The thing is, bro, you know, most people think that, you know, it's money. They're just thinking money. I don't really, that's the kind of way of thinking I wanted to get myself out of, you know. Currency for me is action. Now, action generally leads to money, and the reward's experience. Ultimately, you're here for one experience, you know what I mean? And it takes action to experience on the highest level. So I'm always doing stuff I need to do to experience life to the fullest, whether it be being fit, whether it be riding my bike, you know, to earn a bit of money to go experience a bit more that I want to do, maybe in a different country, you know. The thing is, man, with money, you have to think about how money is, man. You got to recognize that we live in a world that's run off money, right? But you got to think about it. Like, it's funny to me how the world revolves around money when there's just a bunch of cunts in a room printing bills, man, out of a fucking machine. It's just a piece of material. It has only has as much weight as you give it. You know what I mean? As you give it. And what you got to realize, mate, you don't pour your soul into something like that, because there's always more. You know what I mean? And I've noticed this for my own self. It's like anything, bro. Anything like that. You know, $100. becomes $200. When you get $200, you want $400. When you get $400, you want $600. When you get $600, it's $1,000. When you have $1,000, you want $10,000. And when you have $10,000, you want $2 million. You just never stop. It's a never-ending cycle of just more. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Ultimately, because you're not good enough. You know what I mean? It's funny, man. It's funny how, you know, it's funny what money can do to a fucking person when you think about it's just a piece of fucking paper. Now, I'm not devaluing it, saying you don't need money to live, because you do. The reason I ride my bike is because I need the money to fucking eat. You know what I mean? But still, I mean, people get some fucked up relationships with cash, man. Most people just want to make money for the sake of making money. They don't even know why they want to make money. Anytime I make money, it's because I know why I'm making the money, brother. I'm making the money so I can put fucking waters down my mouth. I'm making the money so I can eat my food. I'm making the money so I can lay in bed at night with my girlfriend under a roof. I'm making the money so I can do what I need to do what I want to do, experience what I want to do. Most cunts are just most cunts, when you ask them, like, why are you making $1,000? Why are you making $1,200 per week? They don't know why. And they also don't know why they can't save money. They also don't know why the money's never enough money, because they don't even know why they're making the money. So it's just fucked, you know what I mean? Like, I know cunts who make $2,000 a week, spend $1,600 a week, blow $200 fucking dollars a week somewhere else where they lose it, wonder why they can never save money, and they're just lost, lad. They don't even know what they're doing. Well, yeah, I think a lot of money making comes down to you think that you're better than someone else because you make more money. Now, I think that's imprinted into our mind from the cunts who do the most get the most money. You know what I mean? And that's how we see it. You know what I mean? I've done it before too, bro. I've made, you know, let's say a good day for me, I made $400 or something. You know, I've walked down the street before thinking, fuck, I'm a sick cunt. I made $400 today, man. Like, it feels. But 2 minutes later, you forget about it and be like, I'm just the same cunt, man. You know what I mean? You know? So, like, 9 times out of 10, we just want to make more money so we can be better than, I can be better than you because I make more money than you. You know? It's funny. It's funny when you work on your relationship with money, how everything changes. You know what I mean? Like, I just make enough money. I just make enough money, and when I need to make more money to do something, I do it. You see what I mean? Shout out to the stream, it's getting real good. Let's keep the comments flowing. Life's a grind when you chase money. Life's not meant to be a grind, bro. Life's not meant to be a grind. Don't let any motherfucker tell you life's meant to be a grind, eh? You know, if you want to apply yourself to something, this grind mentality is like, get the fuck out of here with this grind shit. Grind just sounds like some weird victim situation where you're like on your knees, sucking dick full time, and you don't want to be there, but you're there because some dickhead on the internet told you to fucking grind. No, you're there because you want to be there. You're there because you want to experience. You know, grinding to me is just like when people say, oh, grind and shit, it's like, what are you fucking talking about, dude? Do you ever stare in the mirror? Do you ever dry your fucking ears? Do you ever brush your teeth? This shit ain't a fucking grind. I'm so humbled and blessed and overwhelmed by life. How can I not make the most of this opportunity? How is that a grind? How is it a grind to train at 3 a.m. in the morning, brother? I mean, you piss, you shit, you love, you cut and you heal. How can you not appreciate your body, eh? How could you not train? How could you not appreciate your body? How could you not want to express yourself? How could you not want to make videos and not express yourself? How could you not want to pursue your passion? That's not no grind, man. I know how to work on my fitness and make it better, but how do you work on your thoughts and emotions? You work on them. I mean, you're always... How many times a day do you think? How many times a day do you act? There's millions of opportunities every day to work on them. You don't need to be in the middle of nowhere by yourself in the desert on a fucking 35-day fast to work on your thoughts and emotions. Yet you have multiple opportunities every day to work on your thoughts and emotions and your actions. You know what I mean? The actions is being a product of your thoughts and emotions. You know? So you start when you open your eyes, and you finish when you close your eyes. However long your day is, that's how long you can work on it if you want to. It's just up to you. It doesn't mean you need to be walking around as a hyper aware of your own mind and every single thing, but when you're presented with an opportunity every day to act a certain way, you try and do your best. You know what I mean? When you're presented with a situation to be appreciative, you try and be appreciative. When you're presented with a situation to turn into a stress ball fuck, or to remain calm and let go, you let go. When you're presented with a situation to smile or frown, you smile. You know what I mean? Regardless of how you feel, you do what needs to be done. Can you share more of your money story while you were in the basement with rats, brother? I said it before. I was in this basement, brother. I was in this basement, right? And I was staying with this dude, right? I was staying with this dude, and he was the coolest dude. Like it was typical. It's funny when you meet people from different cultures and different places, and it was the most wild journey for me, bro. Because I was in this different country. I was super young. You know, this was the start of my traveling. And I was staying in this dude's house where he had like fucking his whole family staying there, and it was just like, you know, it was a real humbling dude too, because it's like, it's different when you stay with someone who lives by themselves, and then it's different when you stay with someone who puts you in their family house when their whole family is living in there, and they're like, all right, you're sleeping on my cousin's bed while my cousin sleep next to his mum. You know, you feel like you're part of the family. And he had this, and you know, every morning I'd get up and scoop out the rice from the rice cooker and pour my ketchup on it. It was this sugar-free ketchup I used to fuck with. Go back to the bedroom, eat it. It would be cold. I'd go catch the BART down into the city or do whatever. I'd go train. And I never really saw the dad. I think the dad used to work at a factory or something. And then one day the dad just started talking to me, and I was like, "Fuck, this is crazy, man." I thought the cunt. I just never thought he liked me, because we'll never talk. And he just basically started talking about it, bro. That's where I basically came to the fitness, thoughts, and emotions thing. Was through the conversation he was talking about. He was talking about physical things and mental things / spiritual things. He was just basically dividing them. And like I said before, all he was saying to me was just like, you know, that your amount of energy you give is limited, and you have to be very particular about what you spend your energy on. Energy is like a currency, brother. It's just like money. You have to be particular about how you use it, what you use it, and realize that it's not an infinite resource. Like you can't just, you know, you don't have time and energy for every single fucking thing. You know, so you want to be spending it on the stuff that stays with you long term. You know, like experience, stuff like that, brother. And that was real revolutionary to me, man. He was saying that they can take anything, basically they can take anything away from you, but what they can't take is what's inside of you. So that's what I'm spending my time on, stuff that no one can take away from me, stuff that's with me 24/7. He gave me the gold, The gold. I received the gold in a San Francisco basement like 4 or 5 years ago, man. You often emphasize how you're content, at peace, with complacent with where you are in life. I never said I was complacent, lad. You put complacency there because I don't know if you think being content means you're complacent, bro. Being content means you're content. It doesn't mean you're complacent. There's still I'm content all the time, bro. Do I want to do more? Of course. But I'm content. It's that simple. How do I continue wanting to progress? My progression's rooted in experience. And I recognize that my life's one big experience and I want to make the most of it. So you're damn sure that I'm going to try and experience as much as I fucking can while I'm here. But you're also equally damn sure that I'm never going to disrespect that and never appreciate where I'm standing right now. And never be okay with it. Any good tips for living in Thailand for a month? Never been out of the country for so long. Never been to Asia. I'm going there too. Thailand's beautiful, brother. My only tip would be just fucking enjoy it, man. You know, if you've never been out of the country for longer than a month, obviously there's going to be bits of time when you're in Thailand that's going to suck. But I mean, they might not suck, but you might that you didn't think would be like some cunts go traveling and go, this is actually a bit hard. I thought it was going to be like I was going to be sipping on the unsweet iced tea on the beach, and it's not really like that. You might find yourself walking around a lot. You might find yourself in, you know, boring, you might think they're boring situations and shit, but it's all one big experience, man. It's going to be, traveling's a blessing, man. Just appreciate it. Being complacent means not wanting to be better. Contentment means you want to be better, but accept yourself for who you are at the present moment. Showers, dude, that's actually a great, you know, I'm gonna steal that. That's a great explanation of the difference between complacent and when people say complacent, it just sounds like this, like it makes me feel like an unappreciative bitch, eh? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never want to not be. I strive to be satisfied. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be satisfied. Like, you know when you eat a good meal and you feel satisfied? Like, I like that feeling, and I like having that feeling when I walk down the street every day, every single minute. I try and strive for that feeling. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you just hop on the hamster wheel once again. What is the cause that I'm extremely passionate about? Human beings, man. I'm extremely passionate about the world we live in. I'm extremely passionate about, you know, especially for me, I'm extremely passionate about letting people know how good they are, or like how lucky they are, or I'm passionate about giving power back to the person. Because I feel like I felt how powerful it can be to feel like empowered. Like, I felt that before. Like, I feel it all the time. Like, I know what it feels like to walk down the street and really feel like, fuck, like, this is amazing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm having lunch right now. Like, I felt what it feels like to sit there having a coffee and being like, I'm having a coffee right now, bro. Or like, sit there and be like, I'm in the room right now with my girlfriend, this is sick. I've sat there and thought like, oh, I'm on the bike right now, this is awesome, hey, how good does the fresh air smell? You know, like, I know what that feels like. And it hurts me to know that there's millions of people out there who don't have that feeling, eh? Regardless of the situation, and then that feeling's been stripped of them. And if I could ever help someone get that feeling back, you know, then I'd feel like, fuck, that's $1 million, eh? How do you deal with interacting with evidently unconscious people? You know, like, I don't really think of myself like on a level where it's like, oh, I'm more conscious than you, or I'm more aware than you. It's just like, it is what it is, brother. All you try and do is just rub off people in the right way. All you do is just try and improve someone else. Like, all you do is be the best you can be, and that usually has an effect on other people, man. Like, I would never come at someone and be like, oh, you're an unconscious fuck. Like, I'm not talking to you, wait. No, it is what it is, man. You just try and do the best, and that works its own magic. Tips for going plant-based. I mean, you start. The plant-based tips, man, is you just start, brother. And the thing is, the great thing about the century we live in right now is like, there's not, for every single thing that you probably crave, there's an alternative, and most supermarkets around the world, unless you live in some extremely rural fucking parts of the world, they have an alternative. And most rural parts in the world where they don't have a lot of money live on plants anyway. a lot of them. So, you know, and just make sure you eat enough food. It really depends on the type of person and the way you're eating before, man. Shout out to all the plant-based heroes out there, mate. I want to see a real dino fight. Shout out to you. Let's keep the comments rolling. No stalling, man. Don't be stolen on me. Back again, day 7. When I feel bad, I drink Coke. Shouts to Coke. I wouldn't be drinking Coke too much, but you know, every now and again, a Coke's not bad for you, brother. What made you go vegan? You know, I've been toying with plant-based veganism shit for a long period of time, on and off, right? But what really made me commit to what do you even want to call it, the diet or the lifestyle, was recognizing that, you know, and I had a lot of people tell me this. You know, I had a lot of times I fucked up on veganism, man. And I had a lot of people, you know, I had a few key people that I would go to and we talk about it, and not in like a negative way, we just talk about this shit. And I felt like I didn't owe anyone anything. You know what I mean, brother? Like, anytime I felt like I didn't owe anyone anything, and then we would talk about it, and I realized that it's not about owing anyone anything. You know what I mean? It's about the duty I owe to myself. And I realized that, like, you know, with the influence of other people and talking about it, it's just like, veganism is not really a diet, brother. It's an ideology that extends to your diet. You know what I mean? That's a great quote. You know, I remember the first time my mate Joey told me that. He was like, if you look at it from a diet, it's always going to be like that, man. But if you think about it as like an ideology, like a way of life that extends, like, oh, vegan's just not what you eat. It affects what you eat, but it's not just what you eat. You know what I mean? It goes way beyond that. Then I realized, like, a lot of the stuff that I felt super passionate was the same thing about, because I was never really big, like, yeah, like, animal suffering's bad, but I never felt like, I never was like the type of cunt that wasn't my main focus in life, was animals. You know what I mean? But then I realized, like, a lot of the stuff I was going for was the same thing, brother. And that really made me think in my head, like, if I'm not doing this, then, like, I'm conflicted morally, which I don't like. Forgive my absence yesterday. Who bought a shirt? I don't even know, man. I think a couple people bought a shirt yesterday. Shouts to both of them. When am I going to be hooking up with Joey next, man? You two are funny fuckers. Which Joey are you talking about? You talking about Joey C or Joey D? Joey C, you know, I'm going to be in Adelaide in 5 weeks. I think he might be in the UK though, brother. So hopefully when he gets back, I'll be there waiting for him. Joey C, shouts to Joey C, sickest cunt, man. Joey C's the sickest cunt, man. Joey C might be, I think he's going to the UK soon. I think he's doing a talk at some festival, man. I think it might be in London or Birmingham or something. One of you guys on here probably know what he's going there for. It's some sort of festival, I'm not sure. It's coming up too. I think it's July something. Nah, brother, it's not. Culture, commuting. I mean, these days, there's so many alternatives, and, like, it's not hard to hit anything. You know what I mean? Like, the biggest thing I think most people struggle with, especially if they're, you know, pseudo meathead bodybuilders, like myself, is getting protein without, like, getting decent amounts of protein without getting too many carbs, whilst being low fat. That's what most people struggle with, bro. Because if you're just an everyday average Joe, people just say eat beans, but no, don't. You know, when people just say there's plenty of protein in beans, that's all well and good, but if you want your fucking ass to turn into a rock, mate, from eating so much fiber, then I wouldn't do it, eh? Like, yeah, there's killer amount of protein in beans, but, you know, if I was actually going to give you legit advice that I think works long term, is like, yeah, you get your protein from beans and shit, but also, you know, there's stuff you can fuck with, like this. you can find low fat tofu out there, lower fat tofu out there. That's not bad. You can also supplement like vegan protein powder, like pea protein, shit like that. That's not that expensive when you think about it, man. Like, it might seem expensive when you first start buying it, but there's plenty of products that like I've used for every day, like that have less, that I want less. You know what I mean? So if it costs me like $3 a day per server, $3 worth of pea protein per day, I'm willing to pay that. Like, I'm willing to make $3 extra a day for pea protein if it's important to me. So basically, my main protein sources, bro. My main protein sources are beans. Like I said, the bean thing, you know, but a lot of it's gluten. A lot of it's like a fake meat, you know, which is another, like, it's like some soya product. So some soya product, gluten, and gluten's like this weird fucking shit that's got hell protein in it. You probably find it in an Asian supermarket. And pea protein. You know, I get a lot of protein from pea protein. Just dropped, the Indie Pat trailer was fucking dope, Abdul. I was so stoked for the final documentary. Shout out to you, bro. I saw your comment this morning. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to make it. Finish it off, I should say. Yeah, I think diversity in any diet, you're right, brother, it is key. Anytime you restrict yourself to something, it's bad for you, eh? So you want diversity. I mean, like, if you want to restrict yourself to trans fats and have no trans fats, I'm going to thumbs up. That's probably something you should stay away from. But I mean, like, I like to have, variety is key. Variety is key. Man, you got to try bean curd. Have these Taiwanese bean curd buns. That, yeah. I shout out to the bean curd. I love the bean curd. I've never had a bean curd bun though. It sounds revolutionary. Where'd you buy it from? Shout out to anything Taiwanese related, man. We love you, Taiwan. Oh, stop talking about it, man. I love all the buns, man. I remember being in Taiwan. There's so much. The food in Taiwan is just like, oh my god. I'll probably shave soon, man. So good, carb heavy and sweet. Oh my god, dude. Hey, oh my god. Can you speak to developing the mental muscle, do what you want to do, face the public opinion, everyday responsibility, stresses? Can you speak to developing the mental muscle to do what you want to do in the face of public opinion, everyday responsibility, stresses? I mean, that's a very big question, bro. And there's several, there's a long way of answering that. But, you know, I mean, it starts with a choice. On the simplest level, it starts with a choice. And, you know, that choice is often, you know, presented to us all the time. I mean, you're just quick to give it up. So once you realize that, brother, like, you know, you have multiple opportunities throughout the day to work on it, then you start to work on it. That's, you know, you've already answered your own question. I mean, to develop it, all you do is develop it in the situation. Like, there's no, you can think about it, but until you actually put it into practice, nothing happens. So just put it into practice, brother. That's the biggest thing. Action's the currency. Action's the currency. Unless you utilize that, it's not going to work for you, man. And you know, it can happen on a lot of levels, man. Like, every time you present with the opportunity, act on it. Every day you feel like, every time you feel like assimilating or conforming to the public opinion, don't do it. Every time you feel like someone else is making a decision for you and you're not making a decision for you, don't do it. Every time you feel like you're going somewhere you don't want to be going there, but you're going there anyway because you feel like that's just what you need to do, not what you want to do, then don't go there. You know, that's just so simple, man. Now, I'm not trying to say that to you like that's a stupid question, because it's a great question, but it's so simple, man. It's like, it happens all the time, man. It happens all the time, you know what I mean? It does, man. When the opportunity knocks on the door, you open the door. Shouts to you, brother. A lot of the time, bro, I found with my own self, well, and you probably understand too. It's like a lot of the time is like opportunities all around us. Your eyes are so far in front of you that you never actually get to see the opportunities, and you never actually get to see what's actually happening. You know what I mean? So a lot of the times the opportunities present themselves, they're right in front of you. You don't even walk through the door, right? Because your eyes are like over there, right? And the opportunity's knocking, and you never walk through it, eh? Because you're just so focused on some other bullshit that doesn't even fucking matter. You know, so I make a rule of it that when the opportunity's there, you kick it down. You knock through the door. When the door's there, you run through it. When the wall's there, you run through it. How do you deal with someone who's on drugs and just wants money from you, but you have a soft spot in their heart for them? I mean, if they want money and the money's going to get spent on drugs and alcohol, I wouldn't give them the money. But that's hard for me to. It's hard for me to. That's something you're going to have to do, eh? Because it's very easy for me to be here and be like, answer your question about someone you probably feel deeply about and say, just don't give them the money. You know what I mean? Because it'd be different if my brother was addicted to alcohol and cocaine and he was begging me for money and I didn't give him money. Like, I'd feel a different type of way about that. So, I mean, that's a tough question. You're going to have to deal with that. So, you know, I guess it depends what the money's for. I don't fuck with alcohol, man. I think alcohol's probably the worst drug on the whole planet. One of the worst drugs. I don't. You know, the thing is, bro, I don't like the taste of alcohol, and I think alcohol is toxic as fuck. You know what I mean? So combined with my distaste for their flavor, you know, combined with the fact that I think it's toxic as fuck, there's plenty of other drugs that I'd rather do before I fucking had alcohol. You know what I mean? It's weird how alcohol is so socially acceptable. It's kind of disgusting when I think about it. So yeah, bro. Like, I recognize I'm deathly afraid of alcohol ever since I was a kid. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of alcohol, man. I mean, I've got drunk every now and again, but in years I haven't, man. Just because I recognize how fucked up it is, man. I just recognize how fucked up it is. You know. But I do recognise also, you know, people enjoy a beer every now and again. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I've been through times where I enjoy smoking a cigarette every now and again. And it's just equally as fucking bad, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, man. You're right. Getting drunk and having a drink are two different things, man. They are definitely two different things. I guess it just comes down to your relationship with why you're using it and what you're using it for, man. And that's really, it's the intention behind what you're doing which makes it either a good relationship or a bad relationship. You know what I mean? A lot of people have messed up relationships with alcohol. I have great relationships with alcohol. A lot of people just might like the taste of fucking beer and they knock back a beer and they think that's cool. A lot of people might be like, well, for me to be confident and me to be who I am and for me to loosen up, I need to have a beer. That's fucked up. Like, I know plenty of cunts who can't even operate. Like, you know, I can know plenty of cunts who can't even operate without even having a beer because they just don't feel comfortable. Right? It's just like, dude, if you don't feel comfortable, like, you should probably work on trying to feel comfortable. Like, I don't think alcohol's a good band-aid to make you feel, to make you gain a shred of self-confidence, eh? Do you think alcohol addiction is a thing? Yeah, 100%, man. I think people get a sense of, I think people get a sense of what it feels like. I mean, there's a lot of addicted nature to drinking alcohol, man. Like, I remember when I was young and I used to drink, like, there's an addictive side to feeling like you can say whatever you want and you don't have to think about it. Like, there's a feeling of just like this effortlessness when you're drunk, like when you're kind of tipsy, where, like, you know, that kind of, there's a bit of anxiety that falls away from that if you're not really switched on, you know what I mean? And that's addictive, eh? Like, it's an addictive level of confidence, you know what I mean? And most people who get addicted to that lack self-confidence. That's why they get addicted to it in the first place, you know what I mean? So definitely, it's definitely addictive, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. People turn into completely different people, and it's crazy when people who drink alcohol. It's like they just turn into completely different people, man. Like, completely. It's just the craziest transformation, eh? When you see someone drink, just go, fuck, man, I've never seen this side of you, eh? Like, what's happening? Yeah, I mean, there's probably millions of people, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and millions. I don't even know how many people probably die from being fucking alcoholics every year, eh? From all sorts of complications caused from it. So it's tragic, man, and when you think about it, it's really, I mean, moderation's a skill. Like, you know, a lot of us here who drink 1 or 2 beers every now and again and like the taste, you know, not a lot of people don't have that level of discipline. A lot of people don't have that level of intention when they drink. They don't have that level of just like level-headedness. A lot of cunts are just victims, and I can see how easy it is. I can see how easy it is to just to fall into that trap, eh? Because I mean, it's just shit. You know, stuff can be soul suppressing, man. And then, you know, you can wake up on a public holiday and say, you know, I'm hungry. You know, I'll wake up on a public holiday and tell myself, you know, I'm hungry. Oh, wow, the supermarket's shut for the next fucking 3 days for some meaningless bullshit fucking holiday. Okay, we're celebrating fucking some holiday that no one celebrates ever. No one gives a fuck. I mean, we live in there's some society that promotes the most anti-religious way of life, yet we celebrate every single fucking Christian religious holiday. This is not an anti-Christian thing, but literally when you think about it, it's so fucking backwards. We celebrate every single holiday that no one really gives a fuck about except a small population of the people. All power to them. And what do? I mean, you close off my life source. You close off the supermarket. The one fucking thing I need to like, one of the most crucial things to my survival is food. And you make that unavailable to me, only available via the bottle shop. It's like, there's like 3 things you can get on public holiday. It's like Jack Daniel's, cigarettes, and fucking chocolate bars. Sweet. And I'm gonna give you heaps of fucking money that I spent all week trying to make, doing shit I didn't want to fucking do to pay for it too. Maybe that's gonna make me feel better. Shouts to you, Robbie. It's always good to see you, lad. Anyway, it's a shame you just came in, brother. I'm back to fucking go, man. Anyway, people, it's been a great stream. I'm gonna see you back here tomorrow for day 8. Shout outs to you, man. Shout outs to the fasting and the Uber combination. I feel like I know what you mean. I feel like I got another fucking motor in my legs, dude. I'm telling you, I just feel like it's never been this easy, bro. Shout outs to all of you. I'll see you back here for day 8. Have a great day. Peace.